I'm Tim Carroll from Holy Holy, and our song True Lovers has been shortlisted for the Vanda and Young Songwriting Competition. The first song that you ever made an impact on you? That would be Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Heart Club Band, which my parents had on cassette when I was young, and I remember like putting headphones on, and I had like pots and pans out, and I was playing drums on the pots and pans, and I just thought that whole record was so incredible, and because there's all kind of like sound effects and characters, and it's like a whole world that record, and then still like to this day it stands up to the listen, and incredibly like modern, really. Like you could release that now and it'd still be chock full of bangers. Song that made you want to be a songwriter? It's an interesting question. You know, I don't feel like I really wanted to be a songwriter. It was more just that like music was fascinating, and like there was guitars and pianos in my house that I kind of just gravitated towards, and then like some of my friends in school wanted to learn guitar, and we learned guitar together, and then the songwriting just happened. So yeah, definitely. I mean, I guess, you know, I definitely don't feel like there's one song that made me want to be a songwriter. It's like all of music, and my parents had a great collection of records that were constantly on rotation, like things like J.J. Cale and Emmylou Harris and Muddy Waters and heaps of Neil Young and Bob Dylan. And what else? Like Dire Straits, and like, you know, watching the Blues Brothers and seeing like John Lee Hooker and Aretha Franklin and all those guys rocking it, and James Brown and stuff. So yeah, I mean, music was always a big thing for me, and like even my what's that thing called? Like the kindy that I went to when I was a kid, the teacher had a guitar, and I remember like being really like interested in what she was playing, and like really into the songs and wanting to sing and stuff. First song I wrote, yeah, I remember when I first was in high school and was doing guitar. I wrote a song with my friend, and I remember like I didn't have anything to record it with, but my parents had a cassette answering machine, and there was a function on that where it had a microphone so that you could record the message that was like, hey, you know, we're not here, leave a message. And so I was using that to record demo ideas in my parents' bathroom, and it had quite a cool effect on it because it kind of would hit the tape kind of hard and distort a bit. But it was a pretty naive song about like growing up and dreams and stuff like that. What was it called? It was called like something with Take the Throne or something like that. Probably pretty painful to listen to now. Song you wish you wrote? Probably like Paranoid Android by Radiohead, because it's like very technically accomplished and beautiful, and I mean, I'm a huge fan of Radiohead and everything they do. Either that or like something by Jeff Buckley off Grace. I mean, I feel like that's a masterpiece of a record. So yeah. Favorite song of all time? It would have to be up there. Would be like "Walk on the Wild Side" by Lou Reed. Something about that song is just, I mean, it's got a couple of tricks in it. It's got this beautiful doubled bass line, which is just hugely satisfying. And then I love the BVs in it, like the do 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 do. It's just a cool as fuck song. And it just, when I put it on, it like transports me to this place. So that's got to be my favourite song of all time. Song that you wrote for Vanda and Young Songwriting Competition. Well, I think this is a song called True Lovers. It's one of the songs off our second album, which is called Paint. And it was an interesting one. Most of the songwriting in Holy Holy is done by me and the guitarist Oscar Dawson. But for this song, it was a co-write with our producer, a guy called Matt Redlick. And he had written the chords, this sort of synthy chords, like dun dun dun, and the main line in the chorus, the true lovers in a different time, a different place, we could have been. Years and years ago, and I used to play in like a little project of his, and he showed me that little fragment of the song years and years ago, and I was always like, that I love that moment of music, and I sort of said to him pretty early on, like, if you ever want a hand, like, finishing it, you know, we should really get that out there, because I always felt like it was a good song, and I actually was like, you should sell it to Justin Timberlake or something like that. But yeah, and then like Holy Holy came about, like many years later we formed Holy Holy and we made our first record, and then when we were making our second record, you know, we were kind of going to a bit of a different place sonically, and I remembered that thing and asked Matt if he'd be interested in, you know, making it into a Holy Holy song. So he was interested, and we jammed it in the band, and then with Oscar and me and Matt, we kind of like wrote verses, wrote a bridge, wrote an outro, like codified the chorus and kind of made it into a full song. So yeah, really fun to share a song with Matt, our producer, and you know, it's been a really good song for us. What song will you release next? Don't know. We're currently writing, which is really exciting. Feeling inspired about where we're at the moment. The project's at a good place, and we've got a great team around us, like really great record label, and that are really supportive. And yeah, so we're actually in the studio in like a week, and depending on how that goes, we'll dictate like what song comes next.